We all know the movie version of leadership. Someone in a perfect suit walks into a silent, glass boardroom. Everyone turns. The unspoken consensus is immediate. They have executive presence. But the actual work we do doesn't happen in movie boardrooms. It happens in rushed stand-ups, noisy open offices, messy Slack threads, and Zoom calls where half the cameras are off and someone is always talking on mute. Believing presence requires a booming voice or a commanding personality pushes capable people into two traps. Some perform a rigid, intense character they can't sustain. Others quietly opt out, assuming that because they are introverted, they should just keep their heads down and hope the work speaks for itself. The truth is, volume does not dictate authority. You lose presence when your message gets buried under nervous energy or when people leave your meetings more confused than when they entered. Real executive presence is the engineered experience of making people feel clear, safe, and led. Consider a standard, high-stakes scenario: a project manager logging into a hybrid meeting to announce that a major product launch is delayed. Before a single word is spoken, the team is already reading the room. In this fraction of a second, the body is transmitting a detailed message about how to handle the impending bad news. Tension usually reveals itself through awkward extremes. Folding inward and shrinking away from the camera signals an urge to escape. Conversely, leaning too far forward, staring without blinking, or locking the jaw reads as defensive, bracing for a fight rather than leading a discussion. A grounded posture starts with feet planted, shoulders dropped, and hands resting quietly. Online, this grounding extends to the frame, a stable, centered head and shoulders, with eyes directed toward the lens, not drifting to a second screen. The goal of this posture is entirely practical. It removes distractions, sending a simple, steady signal: I am fully here with you. With the physical space set, the vocal channel takes over. During high-stakes uncertainty, the voice acts as a set of emotional instructions, signaling to the team exactly how to react. A rushed explanation, a defensive edge, or trailing off right when the detail matters most tells the room to panic. It suggests the speaker is desperately looking for an exit. A present voice paces itself, maintaining clear articulation to the end of the sentence. When pressure rises, it intentionally slows down. Instead of constant filler words, it utilizes the purposeful pause, allowing the team to actually absorb the decision. Earning trust under pressure doesn't require a perfectly smooth broadcaster pitch. It requires a voice that sounds certain of its direction. The final layer is the actual vocabulary. Smart people often lose their authority here, inadvertently creating lulls by relying on vague updates, heavy corporate jargon, or dramatic language. Venting frustration only spreads anxiety. A leader acknowledges reality, then immediately pivots towards specific, realistic options. When delivering bad news, clarity is premium. Many senior leaders rely on a strict three-part structure to achieve this: headline, context, and next step. This forces efficiency. You state the delay up front. You provide the exact reason without drowning the stakeholders in technical dependencies. Then you present the immediate action plan. It prevents you from over-apologizing or hiding the uncomfortable truth. Precise words act as a filter. They take a chaotic, frustrating situation and give it a concrete, usable shape. Back in the meeting, the project manager delivers the belay. Their shoulders are relaxed, their voice is steady, and the update is structured cleanly into those three specific steps. The inevitable pushback arrives, but because the delivery was grounded, it doesn't trigger defensiveness. The challenge is absorbed, the logic is clarified, and the room naturally transitions from panic into active problem-solving. This is the reality of presence. It is the deliberate, repetitive maintenance of physical and verbal microsignals across ordinary, everyday interactions. Summarizing a decision out loud, naming a risk, or providing a clear timeline in a difficult email, these small acts of orientation build massive trust. Often, people start trusting you with the responsibility long before you actually receive the official title. You don't need to ask yourself if you looked powerful today. The only metric that matters is whether you left people clearer than you found them.